Here, do we want to still do the the accurate timeline, or do we want to just
Yeah, sure. I will.
okay?
I will try to the best of my ability. I'm gonna simplify it because there's so many like other things. Because in reality, the FNAF timeline is not a linear timeline. It branches off, and it's worse than like Legend of Zelda when it comes to like what the hell is happening, and it's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
it's
it feels like you're doing quick math.
like a
So I'm
Christmas
gonna
tree.
tell the simplified version of the timeline for my
Here,
sanity's sake,
I'll draw a little. There's
and
like
for
drawings
everyone in
here,
chat's sake.
and I'll draw a little little I don't know little drawings for each bit.
Okay, great. So the beginning of the timeline is kind of iffy because we don't have an exact establishing point for Fredbear's. Like we don't have like an exact year when it opens, and we don't have an exact like you know other like just general story things about like how they made the restaurant and why they're working together. And it's iffy. That part has always bugged me, and it still does. That we don't have the definitive answer after that. After it's been like what 9 games at this point, if you count the AR game and FNAF. Uh, First point in the timeline, I feel like it has to be the first missing children's incident, and also the puppet's death. So the kid who becomes the puppet, I'm pretty sure her name is Charlotte in the books. So at some point, so Freddy's and uh, fa the diner have to be open at the same time. At the Freddy's location, Puppet dies. She gets moited by William for whatever reason. Sometime after
Mhm.
that, the missing children incident happens. People are freaked out because kids went missing, and the police couldn't figure out why the animatronics are smelling funky and had blood and mucus coming out of them because fictional cops are always stupid. At some point, uh, the bite at 83 happens sometime after that because I don't think there's an exact year for the missing children's incident, but it like closes. So bite at 83 happens because William just want to watch his kids because he probably doesn't even like his kids, to be honest. He probably doesn't. Maybe he cares about them. Probably not if he made these weird murder robots. So bite at 83 happens. Crying child is dead. Super sad. Um, Freddy's 2.0 opens. Maybe it's the same year. Again, not exact thing, but I like to think maybe it's like the same year or the year after. Um, because it's like the new and improved Freddy's, because it's like the first Freddy's that closed reopened because it's like, oh, this horrible thing happened. Let's act like that didn't happen and try to cover it up with some fancy new animatronics. So we made these fancy new animatronics to have like this facial detection thing. So the first thing doesn't happen again. And guess what happens? The first thing happens again.
Yep.
Not only do some more kids go missing, Mangle decides that they've had enough and attacks the daytime security guard, resulting in the bite of 87.
Oh, yeah, so it was Mangle.
What do people in Utah do for traumatic events?
Oh
Uh,
no, they go to Mormon church. They go to Mormon hell.
well, they gotta, yeah, just go to church. You'll be fine,
Yeah.
Jimmy. Anyways, you'll be fine, little Jimmy. So you saw that man get his face eaten by this metallic fox thing. You'll be fine. Go to church.
There we go.
So the second Freddy's location closes, because that happened. Um, More time passes. This is gonna be the first big time jump out of a couple of big time jumps. Um, Freddy's reopens. Oh, right, because it's on the check. So the check for Freddy's, when you win the game, it's in 1997. So Freddy's reopens all this time later. It's like, okay, maybe this will be fine. And then everyone collectively said, I don't want to take my kids to somewhere where kids disappeared to. No one felt comfy doing that because they got big brain. And so it closed within like the first year. The building gets abandoned for the hot
Yeah.
minute, and it kind of gets all weird and moldy and corroded, as buildings do when they get left alone, to grow asbestos and mold and all that fun stuff. William, for whatever reason, there's not a definitive reason. It's like, you know what? I need to go get some things. from the thing place. So let me go get those things. And so he goes and uh dismantles the robots for whatever his secret project is. Maybe it's Remnant, maybe it's Phasgoo. I'm gonna say it's Remnant because I don't want to say that Phasgoo exists because that makes my head hurt. I hope Phasgoo isn't real. Oh, I will cry if Phasgoo is real. Like I will have I that will be my 13th reason. I will ascend to the next ethereal plane. I will not. I'm not. No. The souls of the dead children are like, sup fucker, and he's like, oh, well, isn't it the consequence of my actions? Let me just run. So he, for whatever reason, decides to hide in the Spring Bonnie costume that's there because he's like, this is ghost proof. Clearly, no ghost can get me while I'm on my ghost proof fursuit that I made. Because I specifically made it ghost proof. That's why I made this. Big
Fuck
brain.
yeah.
But also, his dumb big brain also forgot that the spring locks get triggered by water, and he gets turned into a shish kebab and dies a horrible, gruesome death, which is honestly deserved at this point because he's a terrible person for murdering small children. Here's another time jump. 30 years pass, and the company's
So
like,
many years pass.
let's try this again. Let's open a crappy haunted house at this building where kids still technically disappeared, but it's in like 30 years, so people aren't too weirded about it. I'm pretty sure there's like plenty of like true crime podcasts that like talk about this. Like this is fine. Like, it's socially acceptable to try to profit off of, even though it's still a bad taste. And we'll probably make some sort of weird Netflix special about it, and people are gonna be weird. And it's like, this is good. Now we need to hire someone to work there. It's most likely Michael. Michael's like, yeah, I kind of figured out at this point that my dad is awful. So I'm gonna go here and burn the building down because surprise, surprise, someone opened that funky room where they left the dead Rabbit Man. Well, the not so dead Rabbit Man because he's kind of spring trapped now and honestly should be like just a random like little nitpick. His corpse shouldn't have any like a lot of flesh on it. To be honest, like, you can see flesh, but it's not as bad as some of the later iterations of him. So the building burns down.
Good plan.
Michael goes to Circus Baby's Pizza and Rentals because he's like, oh yeah, I also need to free the soul of my sister because apparently whenever she gets taken by that big clown thing, which I honestly probably should have addressed. But anyway, so Michael goes to this weird underground rental place because I guess his dad tells him that like, hey son, I know you're gonna burn this building down, but your sister is in the basement. She's been alive this whole time as this weird robot thing, and for whatever reason, I didn't tell you, and I left her there for her to turn into this murderous robot thing. So you can go deal with her now. And Michael's like, great. So my work's not done yet. So he goes down there. Um, of course, she tricks him because she plays all like sad and stuff, but like I don't know, maybe like her like soul's like fragmented from being on this plane for so long and not being able to pass on. It's just all like messed up now. Um, so her and the other animatronics um trick him into getting scooped. They all turn into Ennard and use him as a skin suit. He gets scooped out. It lasts for a couple of days until the body starts corroding, and then they're like, "Nah, this place stinks. You live like this," and then they go into the sewer because that smells better than the corpse. But all right, for whatever reason, Michael's still alive because remnant. This is like a definitive like this is a remnant thing. Like you can look at the blueprints and stuff. But like I said, this is like the simplified version of timeline. We're not going to get into that. So at this point, Henry comes back in the timeline because he has done nothing up until this point. Absolutely nothing. He's not mentioned until this point in the timeline. I'm gonna say that maybe the events that happened in was this pizzeria simulator probably happened in the same year because like Michael's like corroded body needs to like he for him to be able to still move around it has to be within the same year otherwise it'd be too all gross and dilapidated but then there's like the whole like decomposition thing but don't worry about it like I don't know
Yes.
I feel like if it happens like later that year or a couple of months later something like that that works Anyway, so Henry makes like this fake Fazbear restaurant, um, so he can try to collect the rest of the roaming animatronics that are out and about, causing issues. So just finally put an end to this. Michael gets wrapped up in all this because I guess he was also looking for them as well, and he gets wrapped up in this. Henry gives the most like badass speech out of the entire game series and burns the building to the ground. And then all of the souls get free and everyone's great, except William gets dragged to hell by Cassidy because she Golden Freddy's not happy. Golden Freddy's pretty peeved off for, getting murdered. So William essentially gets trapped in a limbo state where he has to be killed by his creations over and over and over again.
Understandable.
Um, and honestly, this is where the timeline should end. But
Yeah, I
Scott's
agree.
not done beating the dead horse that is this franchise, so it's fine. Um, because he had to retire early at 40. Anyways,
Yeah,
uh,
Scott's a wacky guy for
he's a
several
wacky little
reasons.
guy. The event to Ultimate Custom Night was him trapped in purgatory. Um, sometime after this, uh, actually no, I feel like this can be coinciding with Help Wanted because that's like the next thing. So, Fazbear Entertainment's still around. I guess maybe they filed for bankruptcy, but they're not gone yet for whatever reason. And they're like, okay, we're gonna do like a thing where we try to revamp our brand and try to make light of all the horrible stuff that we allowed to happen. So we're gonna hire some random game team and like, hey, can you make a game about the funny robots? And they're like, sure, whatever, you're paying our rent basically, so sure. And then Fazbear's like, oh, also, we're gonna send over some motherboards and other random stuff so you can scan over so you can help make so you can help with game development because that's how games work. But
That
don't worry about it. Don't
Scott
worry about it.
Cawthon talking about how to design a game and like somehow making it be the least accurate shit imaginable is such a strange like parody of real life.
It's a strange thing, but all everything that happens in this franchise is a strange parody of life. So honestly, at this point, this is when people start accepting the absurdity because it's not going to stop from here.
Yeah.
So, the game dev team, they're like, okay, they scan things in, and all of a sudden there's this glitch that seems a little bit too, aware of its existence. It's a little bit too alive. And so it, drives one of the members of the game dev team insane, and he slices his face off and he dies, assumably either a blood loss or an infection. Um, Tape Girl's like, huh, this is sus. This is weird. Well, let me go down the same rabbit hole as this other dude who literally died, and let me see if I can figure this out. So she does. She starts playtesting the game. Everything looks normal. And she starts seeing the weird, glitchy rabbit man. It's like, oh, well, that's a problem. Well, let me see if I can get rid of this. And so she does. She successfully gets rid of it and totally tells you that she totally got rid of it. And what you need to do is collect the tapes that she's been getting rid of. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, cool. And then you're like, wait, didn't you say one of the other tapes that I need to fragment them? And you realize something probably happened to her. And it has like some weird implications, like Springtrap like mess with the tape. So it's like, oh, the next person works on the game. If you collect the tapes, you're releasing him all over again because that's like two of the endings. I'm pretty sure is just him escaping. Um, so there's no good ending. Tape Girl gets possessed and will later become another antagonist who is horribly underutilized, known as Vanny.
True.
And now we unfortunately get this security breach. Now, I love this game because it was a buggy and broken mess when it came out. It would have no substance and be no interest to me if it wasn't like this. Because honestly, I think the story would have been boring otherwise. Because with how much that they didn't do. Some child named Gregory is there for whatever reason. He gets trapped there for whatever reason, and hides in Freddy for again whatever reason. Freddy is trying to help them leave, but they're also evading this weird rabbit lady who you see occasionally in the game.
Like once or twice.
There's like 6 different endings to the game. So I don't know if there's been one that's like been ultimately decided like this is the canon ending. I think there's 2 different endings that people agree are the canon one. There's the one where you're able to get Vanny out of like the curse and uh Freddy, Gregory, and Vanessa all escape together. There's the other ending where it's just Gregory and Freddy escape, and it's so on and so forth. So I don't know exactly where it
Ah,
ends, and so
yes,
that's
the
the timeline. The timeline kind of ends on a weird, funky note.
timeline
It's
branches are out and just kind of goes wild. There
yeah.
we go. There's
So that's
all
the
the
timeline
diverging
up until this
timelines.
point, until the DLC comes out.
Perfect.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Vanny was like implied to be like kidnapping children because there's like a missing newspaper thing. Like for one of the endings, Gregory's like sleeping outside because I guess he's homeless or something. People also think that he's the robotic version of the crying child. Um, yeah. Uh,
Truly
uh,
one of the theories of all time.
a lot of the older theories are really funny to hear because it's just like it's not accurate anymore. Like people when people thought Purple Guy was the phone guy and stuff like that.
Anyways, this is like underneath is the timeline as Scott believes that it is, and this is the timeline as I believe it is. Like up here, like over like here this one, this here you can't see that arrow because it's like disguised by chat, but it's like there, right? This is the real timeline. All right, this is real. Okay, Scott doesn't know what he's doing. Scott doesn't know what he's saying, right? I mean, like, wasn't like Toy Chica there? And like that's
He owns
basically
the
it, right?
Hooters.
Right?
Oh,
And
watching his
then
old
and
FNAF
it's like a
theory
tingle.
videos are really funny because they're all horribly inaccurate with this
Oh
information that's
yeah,
come out
yeah.
now.
And you get to see
Like the
the
first
old
one is
game
so
theory.
funny.
I think isn't like the like oldest one like 8 years ago or something now. Here, let me find
I
it.
am not sure.
Is this it? Yeah, yeah. It's like yeah, no, yeah. Look. 8 years ago, chat. 8 years.
8 years, so much time has passed.
Yeah, it's
He has like 4 different channels now, and he has a child.
Jesus Christ. So much. It's
Okay, but
he has a kid. I could have sworn that I heard someone
yeah, he
say that
has a
he named his
kid.
kid like Freddy Fazbear or something, but
No, his son's
thank
name is
God that's misinformation.
Oliver.
Thank God
His
that's not
son's
true.
name is Oliver. They call him Ollie. I've
Me
only
when
seen
I
like a handful of pictures of his kid because I follow Stephanie on Instagram.
here, you
Their
know what we
son's
can do.
adorable.
You know what we can do. As a matter of fact, here, here's what we'll do. We'll go to Twitter, all right, and then Matt Pat. We're gonna find what the fuck? I have never been to his Twitter account. What the fuck is this? My wallpaper? Oh no, yeah, that's just my boyfriend. Um, yeah, Linus Tech Tips, my beloved.
I love his banner. I
Yeah,
love
we're
that looks like a random photo I would have on my phone. Just me in a
yeah.
random place with my family.
Okay,
Because
do
I
you
have so
think
many
that
cursed
like
images just like this.
like you know for a fact that the reason like some of the teeth are missing is because like some random children just fucking stole it. You know that's true. What is even
Or it
happening?
just corroded and fell off.
Apparently he's hiring people as of today. We need a bunch
Oh
of
yeah, I
people.
saw that.
We need a bunch of people to apply. We need people to infiltrate the MatPat game theory. All right, we need everyone
Honestly,
here.
um,
This is
if I knew how
a
to edit like properly, I would like totally because like he probably pays people like a livable wage, unlike most people. So I'm just
probably
gonna,
yeah.
I'm like, I need rent money. Can I just
Yeah. No, we're not. No, we're not gonna mono. We're not gonna destroy him from the inside. We're going to co-opt MatPat, and soon, once his resources are under our
we're
control,
just gonna become a hive mind.
yeah, we will be able to make whatever theories we want. Right? It's like Metal Gear. The one who controls the memes controls society. Right? So we will create as many theories as we want, and we'll subtly use those theories to influence world politics, with the ultimate goal of legally destroying Elon Musk. Elon Musk himself will still probably exist, but like legally, Elon Musk will not exist anymore.
You didn't see the
Use theories to
VTuber
plug my
thing that he
Twitch.
did?
I
It was
can't.
like a
What?
YouTube special. Yeah, it was like a YouTube like mini series thing that it was like a script or whatever, but YouTube had him like he's like doing this thing for YouTube talking about like different parts of YouTube, and he did this video, and
Huh.
it has Gura and Maury Callipy in it.
Hold on. Let me just check one thing real quick. Okay, right. Yeah, here. Let me just real quick. Sorry, I forgot to do this before, so let me just like. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. All right, we're good. We're good now. We're good now. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. All right. Oh my fucking god.
Why
Okay.
did you block that?
Listen, all right. There's only one VTuber who is allowed to say the N-word, and it's me. And don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
Chat, clip it.
No, don't clip that. Don't clip that.
Cancel speed run percent. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Yeah, no, by the way, chat, in
We're gonna
case
get
you,
that
in
twit
case you
longer
wonder,
ready.
Scott Cawthon is British. We figured it out. Some clips you need to make non-existent. I need to see more of your clips, Mono. You're a silly, silly creature. I've seen some of your YouTube videos. You're always here. Let's give Mono a shout out real quick. Let me just like, now that I've remembered that my shout out function exists. There we go. It's just like, kaboom. Oh, you're playing Terraria. Oh, of course, Mono. We should actually play Terraria together sometime. I'd be down to like just like do like a little like collab world thing. Because I did some Terraria before, but it was a bit like it was kind of rushed, to be honest. And it didn't really go that well. So I'd be happy to try it again with you, Mono. Are you doing like a vanilla or modded? Oh my god, hold on. What is this clip? Oh no, this is a clip of me. Hold on. Listen, all right. There's only one VTuber who is allowed to say the N-word, and it's me. And God, oh god damn it. Okay. I have little solace in the fact. I have little solace in the fact that like at the very end you can hear the first like audio frame of me saying no. Okay. Listen, all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
This is fine.
It's perfectly no. This clip does not exist. This clip does not exist.